everybody, my name is Sheila SL Reads, and today I'm going to be doing the Do I Have That Book tag challenge. I've seen a few of these videos going around recently. I saw Haley and Bookland did it, as well as A Clockwork Reader. But this tag was originally created by Keeping Tabs. I will list all their videos down below. So I just want to get right into it. It seems like a fun video to do. So the first challenge is, do you have a book with deckled edges? So I believe that deckled edges are like kind of the rough edges, and I know that I do. I have My Lady Jane and also My Plain Jane by the Lady Janies, which is Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. And this does have the deckled edges, which is the kind of rough edges. I actually hate these. I know a lot of people also dislike them. I really like this series. Each of the books in this trilogy are about a different woman named Jane. The first one is about Jane Grey, who was a queen of England for like 7 days. This is giving like a new twist on her story and kind of giving the story you didn't know. Second one, which also has deckled edges, is My Plain Jane, which is about Jane Eyre. And the third one is about Calamity Jane, I believe. I don't really know anything about that, but it seems like it's going to be interesting. The second question is, do you have a book with 3 or more people on the cover? Do I?
I feel like I have to. I don't know.
So the book that I picked is The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and it has 3 of the characters on top of this dragon. Also, the dragon could count as a person, so that would be 4 people on this cover. I'm actually unhauling this book because I don't think I'm ever going to reread it, but I'm glad that I still have it in my piles. The next question is, do you have a book based on another fictional story? I just showed one, which would be My Plain Jane by the Lady Janies, but I'm pretty sure I must have another one somewhere. I pick A Court of Thorns with Roses by Sarah J. Maas because this is a retelling of both Hades and Persephone and Beauty and the Beast. Number 4 is, do you have a book with a title that is 10 letters long? I just found Bloodlines by Rochelle Mead, which is the first book in the Bloodlines series. Is that what it's called? It's the spin-off series from Vampire Academy. I have not actually read this, but I'm hoping to at some point. Number 5 is, do you have a book that's title starts and ends with the same letter? Oh god. Oh yeah, this is the graphic novel of Twilight, and Twilight starts with a T and ends with a T, which would also work for just Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, not Breaking Dawn, but the other ones, they all count. The next question is, do you have a mass market paperback book? And I have quite a few. I have, let me just grab a few. So this is the Stalking Jack the Ripper mass market paperback book, and I won this in a giveaway, and so that's the only form that I have it in. But I also do have a lot of my high fantasy, adult fantasy series in mass market paperback because those are so huge and I don't really have the space for that. So I also have some Brandon Sanderson books. I have the Mistborn trilogy as well as the first book of one of his other series, The Way of Kings. Number 7 is, do you have a book written by an author using a pen name? And I just figured this out by watching somebody else's video, but I do. So I have City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Apparently her name is not actually Cassandra Clare, which makes sense because it's like a cool name, and I feel like most people don't have cool names. But number 8 is, do you have a book with a character's name in the title? I do. Most definitely. I mean, obviously an easy one would be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or any of the Harry Potter books. But besides that, I also do have Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia, as well as Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, as well as the other 2 books in the series. They all have names in the titles. And another of these would be Arusha and the End of Time by Roshni Chokshi, which is a Percy Jackson-esque story, but involving Hindu mythology rather than Greek mythology. Number 9 is, do you have a book with 2 maps in it? Six of Crows, I believe, has 2 maps in it. Yes. So it has the first map of the world that is in the Six of Crows and Grishaverse universe, the Grishaverse, I just assume that would be called, and then also the map of the Ice Court. Number 10 is, do you have a book that was turned into a TV show? So I just showed one, which would be City of Bones, which is obviously turned into the Shadowhunters TV show. I'm just going to pick Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This was a mini-series, as well as the 2005 movie, which is stellar in my opinion. Number 11 is, do you have a book that is written by someone who is originally famous for something else, as a celebrity, an athlete, a politician, something like that? And I have Binge by Tyler Oakley. Tyler Oakley is a YouTube personality. I used to watch his videos. One of my friends got this book for me. It's his memoir, I believe. And I haven't read it yet, but it is on my shelves, and it's on my LGBT shelf because he is gay. Number 12 is, do you have a book with a clock on the cover? And I do. I have one very close. And that would be The Clockmaker's Daughter by Kate Morton. I have not read this book yet, but I did get it for one of my Book of the Month books for October of 2018. And as you can see, there's a clock right here. Number 13 is, do you have a poetry book? I do, because my sister really likes Sylvia Plath, and so she got me one of her poetry books. So this is Sylvia Plath, The Collected Poems. I don't actually read a lot of poetry myself. I have read Sylvia Plath's book, The Bell Jar, but I haven't gotten around to this yet. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to read it like directly all the way through or if I'm supposed to read like a poem at a time and then go through it a lot more slowly, so I have not actually picked this up yet. Number 14 is Do You Have a Book with an Award Stamp on it? I'm pretty sure that Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Saenz. There's 4 book awards on it. It has the Stonewall Book Award, it has the Prince Award, it has the Pura Bellepre Award, and the Lambda Literary Award. Then another book that does have an award on it is The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily M. Danforth, which has the William C. Morris Debut Award, finalist from the American Library Association. Number 15 is Do You Have a Book that is written by an author who has the same initials as you? So my initials are SNL, or S and L if you think about it. So, I don't know. Anything that ends with L. I have most of my books in like alphabetical order, so I feel like that'd be the easiest way to find it. I guess I just do not have any books with my initials. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me, but I have so many books you'd think that I had something that has my initials in it. Number 16 is Do You Have a Book of Short Stories? I have 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, edited by Ellen O. and Elsie Chapman. I mostly got this because one of my favorite authors is Roshni Chokshi, and she is featured in this. This is 15 retellings of Asian myths and legends. Number 17 is Do You Have a Book that is between 500 and 510 pages long? Watching a lot of these videos, I have seen that people have a lot of issues with this, so hopefully I will not struggle as much. Oh my god, Twilight is almost long enough. It's 498 pages without like the extra stuff, like the numbers end on 498, and I'm very upset with that. I mean, I don't even consider 500 pages to be long anymore. If it's like 1,000 pages, then that's a long book. Oh my god, okay. This book is 512 pages. It's The Art of Fielding by Chad Harback, and so I'm just going to say that this counts. It is 2 pages over, but I give up. Number 18 is Do You Have a Book that was turned into a movie? I have a lot because I love movies. I'm going to say that one that I've actually seen, so that'd be To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. This was just turned into a Netflix movie, and there's going to be a sequel. It's amazing. The movie's amazing. The book's really good. It's a very classic teen contemporary. Love it. Number 19 is Do You Have a Graphic Novel? I have an entire shelf of graphic novels. You can actually see it. It's right here. This is all graphic novels. I love them so much. So I'm just going to show you a few of my favorites. So I have Check Please, Book 1, #Hockey by Ngotsu Kazu. This is a webcomic that was just recently printed, and it's amazing. I definitely recommend that you read it. You can read the entire webcomic for free online if you don't actually want to purchase this, but you probably will want to after reading it. I also have an Avatar: The Last Airbender graphic novel. This is like a huge book bind up. It is The Promise, which is the first of these bind up books. I've not actually read this yet because it's huge. I got it for Christmas. One that I just recently got was the second book of Paper Girls. I have not even opened this yet. I just got this. I'm so excited to read it. And then number 20 is Do You Have a Book written by 2 or more authors? And I do. I showed one earlier, the books by the Lady Janies. Those are 3 authors. But then at the same time, I do have Tales from Shadowhunter Academy, which is written by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, and Robin Wasserman. So that is the end of this tag video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to do it, then I tag you. I was obviously not tagged for this, but I never am. I am still doing it anyways. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.